Yo, if you or anybody you know make music, hit me up. My social media is in the description and on screen right now. Send me your music links. You might get put on my brand new series, Putting Y'all On. There's one episode out already on K Hella. You could end up on that playlist with a video dedicated to you and your music. Just hit me up, alright?
Shutting haters up, feel like Kobe Bryant. Ring on every finger, feel like Kobe Bryant. I'll be selling out arenas, feel like Kobe Bryant. All-time great, I feel like Kobe.
What's up, guys? It's Doug. Today we are back for another video. Black dropped his album. I know No Name also dropped. I will be doing that album right after this one. I have been so hyped for this album from Black. He's one of my favorite artists that I discovered in the last 2 years, I think. When did Free Black come out? Was it last year? He immediately became one of my favorite artists. He's super talented. He's got one of the best voices right now for R&B. His vibe is just extremely dope. I'm excited to get into this. This is East Atlanta Love Letter by Black. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Thank you all for coming and watching. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you. Our goal is to hit 1K by the end of the month. I know we can do it. We're so close. Let's get it. Track 1 is Unfair. Really short intro today because I'm just like, I need to listen to this. His whole vibe is it's so dope.
But that ain't equal to me right and wrong. Stuck between a rock. I don't want to fight so if you ever fall, you know that I'll be there.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so it flowed right into the next track. Yo, this is a dope intro. I mean, it's short, but basically, yeah, it's really emotional. It's got this crazy hook where he sings really high. It looks like he's talking to his girl, you know, the person who is in a relationship with him. Basically talking about how he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's stuck between what he loves and who he loves. It's not fair. He's gonna have to figure out the hard way. You know, basically kind of prefacing what this album might be about. So I thought it was a cool intro. It was nice and short. Track 2 is Loaded Gun.
I got women calling my phone like I owe them some.
Oh.
It's kind of my fault, I guess I showed them some.
Yeah.
No pretty brown, watch it go.
Yeah. Yo, his snare right now is really crazy. It's so much reverb on this snare. It's got this really high-pitched sound to it. It sounds way more far away than everything else in the beat. It's adding space to the track. It's giving it this ambient feel.
Get some fancy shit, hot lemon pepper whip, that mean it's wet as shit. What I want is already mine. I got people I don't know expecting something from me. Could let it throw me off, but man, it's nothing to me.
So, Loaded Gun. Again, he's talking about his relationship. He does mention that love is the reason he's writing these songs, so this whole project, I'm assuming, is going to be very much so relationship oriented and inspired by his relationship with his girlfriend, wife. I don't know the relationship they have with each other, but I think this track is dope. I think the beat is awesome. I like the way that he switches up his cadence a little bit in the second verse. I think it's cool and it's short. Can't complain about it. I like it. Track 3 is East Atlanta Love Letter, title track. Oh shoot, featuring Future.
Curiosity been at an all-time high in the treetops.
Yeah.
I remix your life like cut cocaine, it's a rewrite.
Every single time that he finishes a phrase, the piano does this little thing, it does a little riff. I love the sound that they're using for the chords, for the pianos on this track right here.
We made love like we always knew each other.
Alright, yeah.
So that's what curiosity's been a long time high in the treetop.
Oh shoot, we got a cello now?
I remix your love like cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't make you
Alright, so with this track, I mean, I like the production arrangement. These songs have been really slow, and that's not a bad thing. It's just, it's a vibe that you've got to be ready for. It is a Future feature on this track, but it's not a rap song by any means. It's definitely really way slowed down R&B. I'm not digging the Future feature too much because I don't think he does really well on tracks this slow. I don't think this was his lane, you know. Black, of course, can sing way better than Future, so even though he's got auto-tune in his voice, he's able to manipulate it better and sound cleaner in his verse. Future, when he got into the runs that Black was doing, the auto-tune was all over the place, you know, and of course it was in tune, but there was just a bunch of notes that weren't necessarily needed in the run, you know what I mean? The auto-tune was like jumping all over the place because he can't manipulate it as well as Black can because he's not as good of a singer. He's a little more pitchy than Black is. This track just isn't my favorite, you know, but it's great to put on in the background for sure. It's definitely one of those late night vibe tracks that you could just put on in the background and not focus too much on it. Track 4 is Let Her Go.
You can't let 'em win, all they really wanna do is distract me. She like who you fooling, you been up here trying to make a movie. She like, boy, will I regret it, will I forget it, well, there's something I don't know. There's something I don't know. Ain't nobody else for the love, I need you for that action. And she like who you trying, I ain't the only one that you been eyeing. If I let her go, will I regret it, will I forget it, well, there's something I don't know.
And that's what I feel like niggas are.
So in Let Her Go, he's debating whether or not he should let go of his girl, if he should break up with her. She's being a distraction to him. She can't decide whether she really likes him or not, whether she really loves him or not. He's asking himself if he'll regret it if he lets her go. I think it's a relatable idea. I think we've all been stuck in a relationship where we're like, you know, I don't know if I should keep putting effort into this or if I should just stop, go for something different, try for something new. So it's a relatable track. I think the production's nice. I think it's upbeat, you know, it's a little faster. I like hearing Black on a couple faster songs too. I think he's not only a good singer, I think his verses are dope. He's good at rapping too, so I wanted to hear a little bit of that from him in this album. Next track is Sorry.
Really hate saying sorry. Gotta be another way. I know you are regardless. Tryna take away the pain. Mistakes feel like a fracture in my bone. You wonder why I came here. Despite a couple keys, don't no shame hang here.
I love the string arrangements.
Haven't I already shown what it's like to love someone so much you treat their heart?
Yeah, it's another really cool track. You know, again, it's slow, but I love the production. I love the string arrangements. I think that they add so much emotion, so much more emphasis on the fact that this track is remorseful. You know, he's apologizing for things that he's done wrong, for things that he's said, for things that he's done to hurt the girl. You know, he's crying. He wishes he had done better. And the strings just emphasize that feeling in this track, you know? So it's really beautifully arranged. It's beautiful music. The thing is right now with this album is that it's a really emotional, almost like heartbreak album. And so it's not really relatable to me in this moment in my life right now, but it is really great music. I mean, I can't deny that. If I'm being honest, I remember my first listen to Free Black, and that was just like that euphoria of just finding this new artist that was just killing it. I mean, he killed every single track on Free Black. I remember my first listen to that was more enjoyable than this first listen is being right now. But that's just because, like I said, this one is harder to relate to for me, I think, right now. Next track is Pretty Little Fears, track 6, featuring J. Cole.
Do better, move better, you better. Been around like hella propellers. Wanna know who you with? Don't tell them. Come on, fellas, that ain't none of your biz. Got a girl, you on my best side. Like she from the west side.
This production is so different. I'm digging it.
I'm loving your light, vulnerable. Letting your guard down, it's honorable. Especially when the past ain't been that friendly to you, but there's magic in that. Like, why the world do you like that? Like, they don't know you guys sent, but me, I view you like that. I'm
yeah.
Glances, thank
yo, that was a dope feature from J. Cole, man. I think that his delivery was like, yo, his voice sounds deeper than normally. You know, on a lot of his songs, he's rapping to more upbeat beats, and so his delivery is a little more energetic. His voice gets into that higher register, that upper register. But here, he's really relaxed. He's really laid back. His voice is just so chill. He's talking about, you know, this girl. He's talking about loving her. He's talking about her opening herself up to him, you know, and telling him everything about her fears, her desires, her dreams, stuff like that, and how she can trust in him. I mean, I love the way that he wrote the beat too, because this beat's got this thing where it's like 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, and he like wrote that perfectly with this verse. I think Black, the chorus, like the hook, super catchy. That part, it's like, you just want my best side, bet you from the west side. I think that was like, it's gonna be stuck in my head. It's a really cool track. The production was really unique. It was really different. I liked it a lot, actually. It's probably been one of my favorites. Next track is Disconnect.
Think I don't know when to call it quits. How could I not know after all this here? Piss you off. No, I ain't trying to make you ill. Girl, why you wanna kick me out of my natural element? I'm trying to work it out.
He is singing a lot on this project, and I'm all for it. This dude's voice is so awesome.
Love is not looking over shoulders. Love is you should trust what I told you. Lately it's like you've been speaking fantasy and I'm speaking reality. Cause working on the ganja, yeah. No, I don't have no time left to care. Spare or share you to make you big aim away.
Niggas be so motherfucking quick to talk about, oh, I want a bitch that's loyal. I want a bitch that's loyal.
Alright, so this track, it's beautifully produced, right? It's just this really basic piano, Black singing over it. You got the bass line. It's just super wavy, you know? It's just this really laid back vibe. And he's talking about struggling in a relationship because it's like they can't get through to each other. It's like there's just something in between them. There's like this wedge that's driving them apart. It's always a tough situation, you know. He's talking about how love should be and how their love isn't the way that love should be. And so they've got this disconnect and he's trying to work through it. It's really painful track. It's a tough situation to be in. And the production and his tone, his voice, his singing, it all reflects that vibe to the track. So it's a cool track. Track 8 is Switch, which I have not heard. I know he put it out a while ago.
You get away from my camera. I'm over it, don't want to finish out.
Ty Dolla.
When they switch and pick a side. Now switch. Tell me how I feel. Be somebody else. You and I, ride or die. You and I, entertain these other bitches, and I would not.
Yeah, that was a dope track. I like how it's a little bit faster paced. I love the Ty Dolla feature. The fact that he just does the background vocals, but I think their voices go really well together. The premise is basically he's talking to a girl and asking the other person to switch places with him and to see how it is to be in his shoes and to see how it feels. It's a dope track. It's got a really cool premise. It's got a really cool production to it. It's got a really nice beat. He does, you know, great on this track. I think his voice sounds dope. Next is Thugger's Interlude. Let's get it.
Trying to keep myself from going under. I've been listening to Young Thug. When it's good, but the question is, are you down to fuck with the other side? Or wrong? Ever since I got me a chick, I got a chick. Them digits really had them bitch.
Yeah, really short interlude. Basically, yeah, he listens to trap music because R&B music makes him sad, even though he makes R&B music, so he calls himself a hypocrite. It's nice to have a breather between tracks, I guess, but I don't really see the necessity of it right now, this interlude, but, you know, it's whatever. It's like, what, 30-40 seconds long? Maybe a little longer. So, next track is Balenciaga Challenge.
Let me just say this.
Featuring
If a
Offset.
nigga wanna fuck with
Are you not like these niggas? I be penicillin in the cut. That mean I'm chillin' in the cut.
Oh, yeah.
All set with the bag. That mean I ain't going outside. My melodies came from everything I came from. Go to pace, I could never take a break.
Yeah.
800 rest of my say. Used to have dope in the base. Nigga on my northside name. I was never understood, they hate. Growed up with the wolves, we were slaves. Mr. P got shot and couldn't make it. Brings a trophy up ankle.
I'm geeked up on coding, I can't quit. Got a bust down, trying to complain, bitch. I done bust that bitch with a name, shit.
Yeah, it's got dope energy. It's a nice song. I just don't see how it fits with the rest of the project. I don't see the necessity for an Offset feature. I think his feature was kind of weird. The fact that it ended, it felt like he needed 3 more bars to finish up his verse, or remove the last one, you know. But it felt like it ended on an uneven number of bars. But you know, it's whatever. Track 11 is Scripture.
I want more, until I get it, I won't slow. I'm on tour, opening some brand new doors. On top, but we came from the floor, new closet. Just to show you that I could do it, just to show you that it ain't much to it. If you got your hand out, don't be surprised when I look at you stupid. Been getting closer to God, not a scripture, we been talking direct. Right now, it ain't hard for me to change my ways. Do you believe in foresight? I do. I'm about that freezer, getting bread across the Mediterranean like a Peter. You a heat seeker, speak up. Niggas telling me to speed up. You can fit your talent in a beat cup.
I like it. I like it. I think it's dope. I like to see him rap. I like to see how versatile he is. I don't like when he just does the R&B stuff. That's why I love Free Black so much, is because it's so different. Every single track is like, there's such a nice mix of different kinds of music in there, you know what I mean? Like, he's rapping here, and then he goes into singing, and then he sings and raps at the same time, and then, you know, he's so versatile on that track. This is really just like one-dimensional. It's just R&B, just singing really slow throughout the entire thing, so I'm happy to see a little bit of this. Track 12 is Nonchalant. I know he's got a video out for it. I know that he had dropped it before, but I hadn't heard it yet. I haven't watched the video. Yeah, let's get it. Nonchalant.
Watch your mouth, we ain't letting shit slide. Don't you know I got way too much pride? Sneak this away on the other side. I turn your fucking way to a tide. I turned a nightmare right into a dream, yeah. I keep my sanity cause I ain't on the scene, yeah. I know I gotta be a rock like Dwayne, so I'm tryna be a rock like Dwayne. Carter, Rebirth, with my songs went platinum like Cisco. Life that found a filter like Visco, ayy. But it's okay, cause if you down and you need a little help, it's a way. If you hate it and you feeling insecure, it's a break.
Alright, this song has basically no purpose. It's just nonchalant. He just doesn't care. He's just laid back, just rhyming. You know, he says he does this for the kids that are his fans, and he does this so that his boys never have to end up on a t-shirt. You know, he's working so that he has the ability to help other people, which is dope. But I mean, again, I don't see the necessity for this track on this project. Track 13 is Seasons.
It's been a little cold and not outside. Switch up the wardrobe. It's calling. I had a real long one of you. Been going through it, you been through it, you been through it. I fall back and look at what we're doing. I can't let you, but what's the use? It's calling of you. Someone's calling.
Okay, so this track is like turning over a new leaf. There's a new season coming into his life. There's a new era that's he's about to go into. I think it's cool. I love Khalid's vibe. I love the production on it. I think it's great. I think Khalid's energy was definitely necessary on this track. You know, I think his voice sounds pretty similar to Black's, but Black is just so laid back and Khalid is a little more energetic with it. I think it provided a really cool contrast, and I really like this track. I think it's great. I love them together. On the Way is also a great song. It's another collaboration by Black and Khalid. It also features Ty Dolla $ign, so I mean, you can't go wrong with that combination of people. So this is the last track. It's called Stan. G's gone cold, I'm wondering why I got out of bed at all.
I'ma write you my best song. It's gonna take me all night long, but it never can age our love. I will say you'll always be my greatest fan. Sing your favorite words just like a band. Hoping we go out at the same time. Cause life without my love is a slant rhyme. That mean it works out, but it ain't quite. I'll always be my greatest like a stance.
Alright, yeah, so he's talking about spending the rest of his life with the person that he loves, and that they'll be okay as long as she continues to love him, because he'll always love her, and so as long as they have that, they'll be okay. Production is awesome. It's got a really cool vibe. It's got a really slow vibe to it. I think this album, man, I don't like it as much as Free Black, but I have to give it more listens. I have to really dive into it. This is just first take, you know? My first take of Free Black was better than my first take of East Atlanta Love Letter, but it is a love letter, so it is dedicated to a person who is in a relationship with him. It is love-oriented. It is, you know, conceptual. It's slow. It's got this really romantic vibe to it. It's got this really laid-back vibe to it. Whereas Free Black was really just, you know, him hungry on his come-up, making music that sounded kind of different to this. This is really way slower. It's really more laid back. I think it's for a vibe. It's for that late night, you know, you and your girl, just put this on in the background. It really sets the whole tone. I mean, the mood of this album is just awesome. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting a little bit more rap, you know, but it's fine. I still love Black. I think he's still an incredible artist. I think this album is definitely worth your time. It's worth a listen. If you love R&B, this is a really great R&B album. A lot of people were saying it's top 5 albums of the year. I don't think so. I'm gonna give it more listens. You know, towards the end of the year, we'll make a video working out a list. You know, maybe we'll do a live stream and work out our top 10 for the year. But right now, I don't think this is in there. I do like it. I don't think it's a bad album. Don't get me wrong. I'm just comparing it to, you know, Free Black in the same way that I did not like True to Self as much as I liked Trap Soul. You know, this is very much the same way. True to Self is still a great album. It's just different, you know. So I have to get more into this. I have to listen to this a couple more times. But that's about the video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys will subscribe. I hope you guys enjoy the content. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, let me know why in the comments. I'd love to talk to you guys about it. I'd love to get to know you guys. Hit me up. My social media is in the description. It's on screen. Don't forget to send me your music so you can end up on my Putting Y'all On series, where I basically give you guys exposure and promotion. I'll be back very soon. Peace.